Hello viewers, today we're going to be testing some different light bulbs in the downstairs lighting circuit, which is these vapor tight fixtures that I have around the area here. There's two over here which are on their own separate switch, and then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are on the two-way, or actually it would be a three-way circuit, with the switch at the top of the stairs and the switch by the back door. And right now I have, let's see, there's a 60 watt incandescent Edison bulb in the stairwell, and I think the rest have either 29 or 43 watts halogen, which is a type of incandescent bulb. So it ends up being a fair bit of power across the whole circuit, which is fine. If that's what the lighting requires, that's what the lighting requires. But the problem with this use case is that I don't have a switch here in the studio for that circuit. So when I walk down the stairs or I come in the other door, I turn the lights on, and they're on for the entire time that I'm down here because I can't shut them off without walking down the stairs in the dark or walking across the room in the dark. So I spend hours and hours a day here in the studio filming, and all those lights are just burning for no reason, so I can walk up and down the stairs twice. So I want to see if we can put different bulbs that use less power, because unfortunately most of the time that those lights are on, they're wasted. So I have a very large quantity of these TCP cold cathode light bulbs on hand. In fact, I might even swap them here into the studio because they might look pretty cool inside these lights. These are more aesthetically attractive from a interior design standpoint, but there definitely is a novelty to running these cold cathode bulbs as well. I have maybe even over 100 of these 3 watt bulbs on hand, and they've been extremely reliable. I've used a handful of these bulbs in different high hour applications around this house since I've moved in, as well as a couple at the old location, and I have never had a single one go out. I have two types. I have the 3 watts, which I think is a 15 or 25 watts incandescent equivalents, whatever, and then I have these 5 watt ones. The 5 watt ones I've never really used. I'm not as satisfied with the light output quality of the 5s as I am the 3. Actually, that's cap. I am using the 5s. I have 3 of these 5 watt ones in the kitchen, in the light in the center of the room. And they're decent, but it has that kind of like coolish fluorescent-y appearance to it, which I don't mind. But unlike with the 3 watts, they look great. You wouldn't know that it's not an incandescent unless you look at it really close. So what I'm wondering is, can we put these in the lighting circuit down here? So I've got 1, 2, those 3 must be inside the light. So I have 3 here, and then I can swap the kitchen light to something else. I probably have more of those somewhere. They might be at the other building. I'm not sure. I don't think they're over here, because that's not something I use regularly, so I wouldn't keep a large quantity of it over here. But anyways, I have put, as a trial, I put one of the 3 watts in here to see if it would behave okay in an enclosed fixture, and it did. It does not even get warm to the touch, the shade. So these throw off very, very little heat. They seem to be fine inside an enclosed fixture. So let's swap a couple of these in, and let's see if it's bright enough. It might not be bright enough, but then again, the only purpose of these is really just to guide the way. And when you get to where you're going, you can put on a different light. So these might be good enough. Also, if this does work out, and it's only taking 5 watts a bulb, it might be nice to just leave them on all the time, because that's a good deterrent for bugs and whatever else that would otherwise come into the area down here. So we're going to begin with the light here in the stairwell, and as you can see, it's totally dark in here. You can't see a daggone thing. I can't either, and that's why this doesn't work. Just leaving the lights off doesn't work, because this is a safety hazard. Okay, now I can see. So this one here, I had turned these off because I didn't want the bulbs to get too hot and then not be able to execute the change. So as comical as it might sound, I'm going to try to work quickly here to get this off. So this is what was in there, a 60 watts Edison incandescent bulb. Here we go with the so these have a startup time, which is a dilemma. I'm thinking of something else here too. This is fluorescent, so it's going to output UV rays, and it's not ideal with these air conditioner covers here. So this one might just stay incandescent. Why is this all dirty again? These things constantly get like a haze on the inside. I'm gonna have to wash this. Probably blocking some of the light. Stinking joke. Why is that so dirty? And it's on the inside too, which is really strange. Anyway, so these have a warm-up time, which is definitely a downfall, but if you're only taking 5 watts, just shut it on and leave it on. You know, 5 watts down from 43, that's huge. So let's see how that goes. Next we'll swap out this one, which is still not even where it's supposed to be. That's just generally stupid. I gotta rearrange some of these lights. This light lost its place when I put the telephone display up, and I have not gotten around to correcting this. This I think is going to be too hot to do anything about. I'll have to unscrew the bulb and let it rest. Yep, that's pretty hot. Pretty incandescent hot. And grab another 5 watts cold cathode and stick this in there and see if it's bright enough. These cool off pretty quick. Now it's a little bit dim on startup, but give it some time to warm up and it might become acceptable. This stairwell is certainly an acceptable brightness. Yeah, that would work in there, I think. Gosh, can't wait for pollen season to be over. So much stinking pollen. I mowed the lawn today and there's just pollen everywhere. Yeah, that's reasonable enough. I think that works. Now these being cold cathode, they're instant on, aside from the warm-up time, and they're not affected by startup, unlike a regular CFL where most of the wear takes place upon startup. These don't, so they can be switched on and off throughout the day, and it's not negatively impacting the life of the bulb like it would be if it was a regular CFL. And that's starting to warm up now. It's taking its time. These also haven't been turned on in who knows how many years, if not decades. I think these are all from the early 2000s. I grabbed the 3 cold cathode bulbs out of the light in the kitchen, so now we can put those in down here instead. This bulb is that busted up halogen that the capsule is all that's remaining of. It still works. Definitely not going to throw it out. We'll just potentially use it somewhere else one day. Busted, but still works. Sounds like a refrigerant leak down here. Okay, cold cathode installed. What the heck? This is much harder than it used to be now that the shelf is here. But it doesn't matter, these bulbs should last a very long time. Probably should last decades. This is the one by the electrical panel, and this is the only one I'm not sure about changing, because I could see situations where the warm-up time would be annoying if there was an urgency to look at something in the electrical panel. So we'll have to evaluate just how bright this is when it comes on in relation to, is that adequate to see inside the electrical panel. One last, the fixture. This one is by the back door. Oh yeah, that's great. That's a good one for the outtakes. See if we can make that a little bit tighter this time. That was pretty bad. There's a reason why it was like that. Something busted here? I think this is busted. I'm not really sure how, though. What about this has failed? The screws are threading in and out. So, what aspect of this is not working? I see what the problem was. It was not going high enough because the screws were too far in. But now the issue has been resolved. I'm going to shut off the other lights here and then shut on these. And let's see, realistically, can we read what's inside the electrical panel? Actually, yes, we can. It's surprisingly legible. It doesn't look like it on video, but operating in the person, see if I can adjust the exposure. Kind of looks like that in person. It's surprisingly readable. So I think we're going to go with that. And plus it's only going to get brighter as it warms up. It's up to full brightness now, and for only 5 watts it's decently bright in here. Certainly enough to see the pathway, see all the junk build up everywhere. It's not as bright in this area as it was before, but that's why we have this light to shut on if we need to do anything. This is enough to see, to guide the way, and that's really all that I wanted these lights for in the first place. Stairwell's good and bright. So this will save a lot of electricity costs. It was 232 watts, I think, in total before, and now it's only 25. So I think this is a massive improvement. And these look pretty cool in there too. I always like these CCFLs.